Hello, everybody, and welcome to the G Nurse. Get in here, family. I want everybody to be up in here with me today. I wanted to talk a little bit about diabetes. Last Monday, I was a little under the weather. I had a blood pressure issue. I'm going to talk about that in one of my vlogs a few weeks down the line, along with my weight loss journey. But today, we're going to talk about diabetes. I'm going to give about 5 tips to helping to lower your blood sugar. The first thing is, and everybody's guilty of it, I am one as well, you must cut back your carbs. Number one, you must cut back your carbs. It is so hard because it's bread, it's pasta, it's rice, it's potatoes, all the things that go well with your eating. Like when you have, there's nothing like collard greens with rice. There's nothing like mashed potatoes and gravy. I mean, these are the things that we like to eat. And it happens to be hard. And it happens to be so very hard to do. But we must cut back on the carbs. And when you cut back on the carbs, it stops the sugars from concentrating in your blood as much. And then making your insulin overwork itself, trying to keep you at to keep your A1C at a normal range. Number 2, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is very good in a lot of cases, especially when we're talking about people with diabetes, because what it does is for 12 to 16 hours, you go without eating anything at all. And when you're not eating anything, your body has a chance to flush, and it has a chance to clean itself out. And then that takes the stress off the pancreas. It takes the stress off of other organs as well. But this is why it's so important to do a type of fasting. All over the different cultures of the world, from Africa to China to Israel, the Bibles, the Qurans, the Buddhism, they all talk about fasting in their religion. Not saying I'm bringing religion into it, but even in the religious realms, they talk about fasting for a healthy body, a spiritual. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with this camera today. They talk about a spiritual cleansing and things like that. So once you do that, you give your body a rest, and in the point of giving that body a rest, it gives that blood sugar a chance to level off. Because if you're not putting anything into the system, then the insulin and glucose don't have to work off of each other as much, and so everything levels off, if that makes sense. Okay, number 3, the next thing would be, the next thing would be exercise. This is one that's very easy to do. When you're diabetic, you have a buildup of sugar, which is a buildup of energy in your body. So when you're working out on a daily regime basis, it really helps, because when you're burning that fat, you're also releasing the glucose that has built up in your system, or any other sugars, and you're burning them because they are a form of energy. So as you're working out, that helps you to lose the weight, which helps you to lower your blood sugar. I mean, that's one of the most easiest that I could, actually say that you should or could do. The other one is herbal cinnamon. Now, I may have to read a few words off of it. There's 2 types of cinnamon. There is a Ceylon and there is a cassia cinnamon. These 2 types of cinnamon. The Ceylon cinnamon is the more... I'm sorry, I keep looking. I see some children over there. Because once again, you guys, I'm in my car. The Ceylon... and then I didn't do my hair today, so I had to wrap it up. How does it look, y'all? Look okay? I did it for the first time. Just tried something out. But anyway, Ceylon, I'll read this part that I have here. Ceylon is also called... Ceylon is also called the true cinnamon. It's very expensive, and it is where they take the bark of the tree, where it has the cinnamon tree. It takes the bark off of there and they let it dry out, and that's the purest form that you can get. But then the cassia is less expensive, It's found mostly in our food products, like the ones that you buy at the store. But if you go to my store, which I advertise for them all the time, if you go to Brighter Day, they have the true cinnamon and they have the different caliber of mixtures of cinnamon. When you eat the cinnamon, the cassia cinnamon, the same as for the Ceylon, cinnamon. But when you do the cassia cinnamon, it also lowers blood sugars that have a tendency to spike. Let's say you go and you eat, I don't know, a Snicker bar, but you take this cassia on a daily basis. You eat you take that cinnamon like every morning or every afternoon or whatever. When your sugar spikes, that cinnamon kicks in, however long the doses last in your body. That cinnamon kicks in, and then it will lower your blood pressure. I keep saying blood pressure. Blood sugar. I'm sorry, you guys. I am outside and I'm looking at other stuff, and we're in the middle of all this stuff going on. It's empty around here, by the way. But anyway, the next one, the fifth one that I want to talk about is one of the things that my grandmother used to do, and that was boil grapefruit peelings. You take the grapefruit and you peel the grapefruit hulls and the peelings and stuff off. You put them in a pot and you boil them. You let them seep, you let them cool. When you boil them, you let them seep, you let them cool. Then you pour that water off. And I suggest get like a 5-quart pot. Get about 4 grapefruits, peel them, boil them, let them seep into the pot after you bring it to a boil. Let them cool, and then you get 1 or 2 gallon jugs and pour the water off in there. Every time you get ready to eat any meal, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, you drink it before you eat that food. I don't know what that did, but my grandmother used to use it before she before she developed Alzheimer's, which we'll be talking about that as well. But before she developed Alzheimer's, before she started forgetting to do it at every meal, her insulin dropped. Well, she never really had to really do insulin up until towards the end. She was able to maintain her blood sugar, and she would have she have to take metformin, but she didn't have to take the actual insulin injections until she started having that Alzheimer's and forgetting to drink and make the stuff. But for whatever reason, whatever grapefruit hulls did, it worked for her. I can't say it's going to work for everybody. Remember, these are just remedies or ideas or suggestions that you could try to help with whatever disorder you have. So those are my 5 today. If you want to comment or suggest any other things that we could do with diabetes, and we can bring it up at a later date on other subjects to revisit this subject again, just hit me up, put a comment below. Don't forget to check me out on YouTube as well. I vlog there on YouTube and Facebook as well, soon to be on Instagram, trying to just get the word out about different things that you can do that won't be so expensive to help you with regulating your blood sugar. That's all my time for now. This is the G Nurse coming to you live in my car once again with the air conditioner running because it is hot today. And I just wanted you to get the information from me, and I want you, as always, as I always say, and all my family knows my favorite sentence, I hope that your day stays auspicious. Thank you. You guys have a great day.